Good morning, everyone. I am out for a morning walk, just going for like a 15-20 minute walk around the neighborhood. And this is something that I always talk about wanting to do, like spreading out my movement more throughout the day, going for walks more in the morning rather than one big walk in the evening. And I always try to implement it and talk about implementing it, but I always find it so hard to stick to. But lately, the last like couple weeks, I have been super consistent about going for walks first thing in the morning, and I am very proud of myself, and it feels amazing, like getting exposure to the sun, I say as I walk into the shade, getting sunlight, getting fresh air, and getting movement in first thing in the morning is just such an amazing mood booster, and it makes me so much more productive throughout the rest of the day. So I love it. But today I wanted to take you through a full day of eating while on a diet break. If you saw my last video, you'll know how important taking regular diet breaks is while you are actively trying to lose fat. So this week is the week that I am eating at maintenance. So I figured I'd show you what I eat when I eat at maintenance and kind of talk through my strategy for that. I'm also gonna do a lower body workout in a minute, show you guys that. It's gonna be a good day. You know, it's definitely gonna be a good day when little ladybug lands on you. Not only is going for a walk in the morning a great way to start the day, but it's also a great way to warm up for a workout when you don't have a treadmill. Let's do this. Get buff. Yeah.
No, nothing can come as close as you when you hear the wind blows, but through this unstoppable storm of love remains, it drives me insane. I feel we got so far in the game, now everything's on fire. How to make it come again? We're crashing like a plane, and they say no rainbow if no rain, no rainbow if no rain, no rainbow if no rain. We got so far in the game, now everything's on fire. How to make it come again? We're crashing like a plane. This is such a scary place to be. We know we are for life, you see. There's nothing left to do, although...
Oh my goodness, it has been a while since I have done like a split routine where I just focused on like lower body or upper body, so I'm willing to bet I'm gonna be a little bit sore tomorrow, but it felt so good. Since starting exercise again, I've just been steadily getting stronger and stronger, and retrospectively I've made so much progress in the last few months. It's insane. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. But anyway, it's now time to sit in the sun for like 10 minutes, enjoy a kombucha. Today I have Brew Doctor's Uplift Tropical Kombucha. I wasn't planning on having caffeine today, but this is the only kombucha I had left, and it's a nice warm day, so I wanted a cold beverage, not like a warm beverage, so we're doing this. Maybe it'll just help me focus and power through all the work that I have to get done today. But apparently it has caffeine from mate, guayusa, and green tea, and it has 130 milligrams of caffeine, so I might be like a little bit off the walls. We'll see.
Baby,
May I present to you my breakfast. Chocolate peanut butter protein waffles topped with bacon and vanilla cashew yogurt. I could not be more excited to eat this. The secret to making these the most delicious waffles on the planet is while you're cooking one of the waffles, while the other waffle's like, you know, getting cold, which you don't want, stick it in the pan that you cook the bacon in, just give it a nice little fry on the bottom in the bacon grease. Oh, guys, I wish you could eat this with me. Even the batter was insanely delicious. Not gonna lie, I've been a little obsessed with using the new Four Sigmatic proteins, the chocolate and the peanut butter ones lately, just because A, it's the cleanest protein ever. Like I told you guys, if I were to make a protein, it's the protein I would make. There's no gums, no fillers, no artificial sweeteners, no sugar alcohols, none of that. It's all super clean, plus it's full of adaptogens. And as far as plant-based protein powders go, it tastes pretty darn good. I think I need a moment alone with this, so if you'll excuse me. All done. That was so good, but I am so full now. It was so much food, but so delicious. All right, so as I told you guys this morning, this week I am taking a diet break. All week I have been eating at maintenance calories. And this is my #1 tip. It's not even a tip. Tip is way too trivializing for this. This is like the most important thing to do if you are aiming for long-term sustainable fat loss is go through these mini cut cycles with weeks of maintenance or diet breaks interspersed in between. Now, I talked about this extensively, why you want to do this and the theory behind it in my previous video, so you can check that out for more context and a more in-depth explanation. But in short, if you just try to stay at a deficit consistently for weeks on end, your metabolism will slow down to adapt to that, and your cutting calories will become your new maintenance calories. And so you'll have to keep lowering your calories in order to keep seeing progress. I don't want to have to lose fat on 1,200 calories. That sounds miserable and unhealthy. And when I talk about this, when I bring this up in the context of fat loss, one of the most common objections that I get is from people who are scared to go back to maintenance because they're worried that they'll regain all the fat. But here's the deal. The definition of maintenance calories is the number of calories you maintain your weight on. You are in an active deficit to be losing fat. So if you go back to maintenance, you'll maintain your weight on your maintenance calories. You may gain a little bit of water weight back because usually when you increase your calories, you increase your carbs, and the more carbs you're eating, the more water weight your body will store. So you can't let a little bit of increase in total weight get to you when you're going through this process, but you will not gain back all of the fat that you lost. That's not how the body works. When you are going through this process and doing it correctly by taking regular diet breaks, you cannot let your fear of regaining the fat stop you from doing this, because it is that fear of fat gain that will end up causing you to gain fat that will be even harder to lose than it was the first time. Because here's what I see happen all of the time. Let's say your maintenance is 2,500 calories, and so you want to lose fat, you cut down to 2,000 calories, but you're scared of regaining the fat. So you don't take diet breaks, you don't go back to maintenance, you just stay at 2,000 calories. Eventually, you plateau at 2,000 calories. 2,000 calories is now your new maintenance calories, but you still have fat to lose, and you're still scared of regaining fat. So you don't reverse diet back to 2,500 calories, you just cut down to like 1,700 calories. You start losing weight again, you plateau at 1,700 calories again because again, you were scared to regain fat, so you didn't go back to maintenance to keep your metabolism high. And you keep going, and you keep cutting, and you keep cutting, and now you're maintaining weight on 1,500, 1,200, 1,000 calories. And eventually that is not only unhealthy, but also extremely unsustainable. And so you gain all the fat back and you have a slower metabolism. Before you were maintaining weight on 2,500 calories. Now you're maintaining weight on 1,200 calories. And so where are you gonna go from there? You have no more wiggle room to lose the fat that you just regained because 1,200 calories was not sustainable for your body, your health, your lifestyle, etc. So if you are afraid of doing this, what you need to do is change your perspective to the more long-term perspective, because it's the short-term, day-to-day, week-to-week perspective that the fear comes out of, right? Because you know, you just put in 3 weeks of effort to lose, let's say 3 pounds of fat, great job during your cut, and now you're scared of putting those 3 pounds of fat back on in the week that you go back to maintenance. And you're just looking at that week that you may regain the fat, and the next couple weeks where you might not have seen any physical progress. You're afraid of that. But if you look 6 months in the future, a year in the future, what's more scary, in my opinion, than regaining a little bit of fat if you go back to maintenance is the idea that you're going to regain all of the fat you lost and have a slower metabolism, and so it's gonna be a lot harder to lose that fat again. Like, imagine putting in all that effort and cutting your calories so low and getting the body that you want, and then not being able to maintain it and ending up in a worse position than you started in. That is what is scary to me, honestly. And so that is why I am determined to do this thing the right way. So my one oversight for eating at maintenance this week is that I didn't get enough maintenance-friendly snacks. I have a lot of like cut-friendly snacks, but not a lot of things to like fill in the gaps in calories. But I'm a smidge hungry right now, so I want to eat a little bit something because I'm gonna get dinner in like an hour. So let's go explore my pantry, basically, is what I'm saying. See if I can dig up anything good. Okay, I'm well aware that this is like a pretty sad snack. I briefly considered taking some leftover roasted veggies and chopping them up and making some scrambled eggs with them, but I could not be bothered to cook right now. I just want to go for my walk, get outside, get some fresh air. I've been working all day, so I just wanted an easy snack. And actually, this is somehow 230 calories worth of nuts, so it's like it's a decent size snack. It gets me basically what I wanted. Good amount of fat, good amount of protein. I freaking love nuts, so whatever. And this will leave me with like 250 calories to have for dessert tonight. So I think instead of having chocolate, I might just make like a bomb hot chocolate. Sounds like a good idea. I'll put some ashwagandha in it, a little CBD, maybe some reishi. Get like the best night's sleep ever. Oh, that's the plan. I am out for my walk wearing my Brains and Gains shirt, available at my merch store, which I'll link down in the description if you want to check it out. But I've had a lot of people ask me about whether or not you should or you're supposed to change your diet in any way when you go back to maintenance, obviously other than the number of calories you're consuming. In general, your diet shouldn't change too much, but I think you can give yourself a little bit of flexibility. So like, you guys know that when I'm in a deficit, one of the things that I aim for is to have protein and vegetables with every single meal. Clearly I did not do that with my breakfast today. And I think that's kind of where my diet changes, is like, I don't suddenly start eating a ton of bad food. I just don't focus quite as much on the good food. My maintenance time for me is a time when if we weren't in quarantine and my friends were like, hey, let's go get pizza, I'd be like, heck yeah, let's go get pizza. Whereas if I were in a deficit, I would, you know, think a little bit more about it and see if it's something, you know, that I want to go participate in, or if I want to prioritize my nutrition. So like in my maintenance period, I'm a little bit more flexible. I don't try to squeeze in as much sugar and junk food and processed food as I can. Like, that's just not me anyway. Like, that's not something I would ever want to do, because I value my health so much that my nutrition decisions are based on what's going to fuel my body and make it healthier. But that being said, if you're someone who does feel a little bit more restricted in a deficit and you need that time to compensate for that so that you don't develop a bad relationship with food, I think you can potentially allow yourself a little bit more flexibility and go indulge in those foods that you feel like you can't have when you're in a deficit, so that you don't end up feeling super restricted for a long period of time. I would just caution you to be a little bit mindful about it though, because you really don't want it to turn into like a binge restrict cycle where during your cuts you're feeling like you have to be really restrictive and you can't have those foods, and then during your maintenance weeks you're just like binging on all the things because you felt so restricted. So what I would encourage instead is to try to incorporate those foods into your cut and like use my macro averager to be able to do that effectively and efficiently so that you don't feel the need to binge eat a bunch of junk food when you're back at maintenance. If you are feeling compelled to do that, then you might want to step back and reevaluate your relationship with food rather than just using it as an excuse to binge eat all of the things. It's dinner time and I literally have like no food in my fridge other than like a quarter cup of leftover cooked vegetables. So I'm picking up food from and I'm very excited. I swear I love their Harvest Bowl as much as I love pizza. It's that good. I love it. It's amazing. Heck yeah, my favorite. Let's get some salad. Hi, from Marissa. Amazing, thank you. I got my Harvest Bowl. If you guys have been following me since like literally the beginning of my channel, I think I show this exact salad in literally like my second or third video ever. This has been an obsession of mine for literally years. It's just the best. Alrighty, it's like 11 o'clock and I still have a good hour or two of work to get done, so it's time to make that nice hot chocolate because I deserve a treat. It's gonna be a late night and I also need more calories. Hot chocolate. Today has just been a fabulous day of eating. Everything was delicious and amazing. I usually like all my food, but like some days I get a little experimental and it doesn't turn out as well, but today was just like amazing. And this is a pretty darn good hot chocolate, if I may say so myself. So that was my full day of eating at maintenance. I'm pretty sure I'm only gonna be at maintenance for 1 week this time because I was only in a deficit for 2 weeks. As far as my macros for the day go, I hit 100 grams of protein, 137 grams of carbs, and 131 grams of fat, which is actually like the macro distribution that makes my body and myself very, very happy, so that's great. And that comes out to a total of 2,127 calories. My maintenance is roughly 2,100-ish, so worked out really well. Again, if you want a full in-depth explanation as to why I am spending time at maintenance when I am actively trying to lose fat, definitely go check out my last video. It goes into detail on this process and why it is so critical for sustained and consistent fat loss and preventing plateaus. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share it with your friends, your family, stick it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram stories, you name it. In the meantime, if you want to see more videos from me all about fat loss, you can check them out over here to see future videos from me as I go through this fat loss journey of my own. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.